Hold on, let me adjust my dates. I guess this light is not gonna work. Okay. Hi, everybody. So I know that technically I am not supposed to be back doing another live until it's time to do our Venetian 30 check-in. But I felt so bad when I realized today that my live that I had scheduled 2 days ago, I'd never deleted it. I attempted to reschedule it, and I didn't realize that it didn't save, or it didn't go through the way that it was supposed to. So the live was still scheduled, and people were waiting for me. People were waiting for me, and I felt so bad. Good morning, Teddy. Or it's afternoon here. No, 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 it's not. No, it's not. Good morning. People were waiting for me, so I felt bad, and I'm like, okay, now I owe y'all a live. So I decided to come live and say, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry that I didn't miss it. I just forgot to, well, I didn't forget. I tried to reschedule it and it didn't work. I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you. This is my Europe hat. Let's see if my glasses will cooperate. Will they? I feel like there's a little bit of a glare. I'm gonna take them off until I start to go blind when I'm trying to read the comments, because it's causing a glare and I don't like that. Okay, so y'all, we gotta talk. Okay, one, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that I missed that live. I owe y'all a live because I missed it. People were waiting for me. But. Hello, GLP-1 Journey and Review. I'm so looking forward to our interview when I get back from Europe. Thank you for joining. Okay, so I was coming live to apologize, but y'all, I had a therapy session before I even went live, and we need to talk because I'm mad. Not really, but kinda. I had a really tough therapy session, and it's not like I'm gonna like share any like medical information or anything like that. Like, it's just, it's stuff that I kind of already talk about anyway. Well, there is some personal stuff that I'm not gonna go over, but we need to talk. We need to talk about my last therapy session that just ended about 45 minutes ago, and we need to talk about chasing goals, habitual goal setting, whether or not that's actually productive to what we're trying to accomplish, or if it's problematic. Are we setting ourselves up for failure? Okay. Now, most of us haven't reached maintenance in our journey. We haven't reached our goal weight. So we all have an overall goal that we're trying to reach. But I have noticed that if I don't set like smaller intermediate mile markers or objectives for myself, I can easily get distracted or fall off track and things like that. So we're going to get into some conversation about whether or not goal setting is actually productive or is it self-destructive. All right, so if you're on the playback, you know the drill. I can't even get my glasses on because of my braids. Okay, if you're on the playback, you know the drill. Hi, Jen. I know I'm not supposed to be live, Jen. I'm just here to apologize about that live stream that I didn't cancel. I'm gonna keep saying it over and over as I do this stream. But. Okay, all right. I'll respond to y'all later. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. So, for those that have been paying attention to the community tab, a couple of days ago I had posted that I was going to be taking a break from live streaming because I got some stuff going on in my life and I just need a break. I don't really want to, like, I felt like I wasn't really in a position to commit to, actually, you know what? I'm so sorry. Let me do this now because I'm not in the mood. Hold up. I'm not in the mood. Wait. Let me do this now. I do this all the time and I always forget like how to do it. You would think I would know how to do it right away. Subscribers only. There we go. Subscribers. Okay, because I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. Okay. All right. So I need little distractions. Okay. The moderators, y'all know the drill. Do your thing, but don't work too hard. Don't let these people stress you out. Okay. So I was planning on and maybe still kind of am. We'll see how I feel by the end of the stream. But I was planning on taking a break from live streaming. I had been really hitting it back to back. I was trying to get caught up on a lot of content or topics that I agreed to discuss, but hadn't gotten a chance to yet. That was one of the live streams that I forgot to reschedule on Sunday. We were supposed to cover Jen's topic of good diets and bad diets. Jen, like at this point, like just call me ain't shit because I keep pushing it back. All right. So I decided I was going to take a break, and it was a much needed break. So thank you to everybody that had kind words about that. Thank you for the support. Now, my break wasn't ever intended to be a break from YouTube. It was just I need a break from the direct engagement because this takes a lot of energy. Now, I enjoy this. I find this to be actually quite therapeutic. But it takes energy, right? I don't want to come on here sad. I don't want to come on here looking all or feeling all depressed or just not in the right state of mind. This is entertaining. This is enjoyable. People like this. So when I come on, I want it to be a good time, okay? Like the stream as you're coming in, just double tap the screen to hit the like and drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Good morning, Freddie. Okay, so I was doing okay. I think I've been pretty active in the community, doing my polls and letting y'all know how I'm doing or whatever. And I was scheduling this week's stream for the Venetian 30 check-in. Okay, and that's when I realized I had missed that Sunday stream. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna say sorry 15 more times before I get off of here. Okay, so I had originally scheduled this. I was like, oh, well, let me just come on real quick and tell the people I'm sorry, Venetians. I am so sorry that I missed it, right? But then I went to my therapy session. Okay? So I wasn't going to talk about this today, but I actually think it's quite important to talk about. And I think it can easily be relatable to anyone that's, on their own journey, right? So y'all, I had shared a couple of weeks ago, or maybe last week or something like that, that I had just gotten back into therapy, right? So my first, hold on, give me a second. Okay. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I hate scratching it on camera. Claritin. I don't know where it is. I can't take it right now. Okay. My allergy medicine. Okay. So I had talked about getting back into therapy and how that was a proactive move trying to get ahead of my like seasonal affective disorder symptoms, maybe somewhat of like depressive episodes that I may go through, just trying to get ahead of it because life has been lifing lately, right? So my first session was just kind of establishing care, getting a bit of background and things like that. So today was actually my first session of talking about how I'm doing, and getting some strategy from my therapist. Now, y'all, let me tell y'all something. I was not prepared. Like, I have had a good therapist and I've had a couple of not bad, they just weren't useful to me. Like, I've had therapists that actually give me strategic and tangible things to work on, and I've had therapists that kind of just sit there and listen and then just give you their input. And that's not really helpful for me, right? Like, I'm looking for a professional perspective on how to cope, how to deal with stress and anxiety, how to pull myself out of a depressive episode. Like, I'm looking for tools on how to address these things. I'm not necessarily looking for someone to just kind of sit there and listen, right? Even though that can be very helpful for some people, I can get that for free. I can get that for free with family or a friend, YouTube. I can come over here tripping and venting and crashing out. I could do all of that, right? So I wasn't too sure how compatible me and this new therapist was going to be, but I wanted to give her a chance. Now, when we were talking today, I was giving her some background on how I was feeling, and then I told her about Saturday. I think Saturday is the same day that I told y'all, like, look, I just need a break. Like, Saturday was a rough ass day for me. I think Sunday was the day that I told y'all, but Saturday was the day that, like, set it off for me. Like, it was just rough. So I was telling her about my Saturday, and she started asking some tough questions. Like, I had a really hard session today because she started to ask about my self-care. And when she asked about it the first time we met, I had the answers. I was like, I'm taking care of myself. I'm getting my rest. I'm drinking my water. I'm thinking about me and blah, 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 blah. All in a matter of about 5 days, that has changed. All of in a matter of about 5 to 7 days. By the time I spoke to her again, like this was a week ago that I talked to her, I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then by the time I talked to her again today, I was like, no. I was like, she was like, so what are you doing consistently, to work on your self-care or whatever? And I was just like, see, what had happened was like when you asked me the first time, I had things under control, right? And I was getting back into therapy because I could foresee some bad shit happening. And yeah, some bad shit happened. Like I could see it coming, but I didn't realize how quickly it was gonna come. So yeah, some bad shit happened over the past couple of days, week or whatever. I've been going through it. And so by the time I got back to her today, I was like, nothing. Like I haven't been doing anything that I was doing. The one thing that I did do was prioritize my rest, right? That's why I said I was going to be taking a break from doing the live streams. But she got into asking me some really tough questions and actually setting some pretty tough expectations. Well, not her setting expectations for me, but kind of guiding me into setting some really tough expectations for myself. And let me just tell y'all something. I don't want to do work. Don't make me do stuff. Like, like I pride myself on taking care of myself, but there are times when we don't take care of ourselves, okay? Whether you have depression or not, or whether you've ever suffered from depression or not, the average person is probably really freaking bad at taking care of themselves because we're busy, we have lives, we have marriages, relationships, school, jobs, families to take care of, parents to take care of, whatever, financial trouble, whatever it is. People suck at taking care of themselves, okay? So I tend to, remember, we talked about the non-negotiables, right? So I had to tell her, like, I was just getting to the place of, like, addressing things that I had been ignoring or treating as optional, right? And I was just getting to the point where I was, allowing myself to realize that, no, these things aren't optional. You have to do these things to take care of yourself. But now it's been like, I was on the verge of like completely walking back in the opposite direction. Like, listen, fuck the non-negotiables. I ain't got time for this. This shit is hard. I don't want to do this. And I'm saying, I know it sounds like I'm kind of beating around the bush, but it's because I'm trying not to be too personal. But the point is, right, y'all, she's going to make me do work and I don't want to do it. She's going to make me do work. So a good therapist, right, will hear you out and then essentially, without kind of asking what you're going to do about whatever's ailing you, they'll ask you what you're going to do about it. Like, they're not going to say like, okay, I hear you. So what you going to do? They're not going to say that, right? They have a good therapist has a series of questions that they will walk you through to get you to your own conclusion, right? And the conclusion that I kept coming to was like, oh, I feel this way and I have to actually do something about it. I have to actually work on that. Like, yeah, like I have to actually do stuff. Like, I know that, but do I have to? Like, really? I don't want to. And one of the things that we talked about was my social interactions. So when we were talking about self-care, things that I like to do for myself came up, things that I find therapeutic came up, and my social interactions came up as a part of that. So I mentioned YouTube as a part of my social interactions because we're being sociable. Like, this is a vain family, okay? We're a little vain over here, right? And y'all come and y'all listen to me talk and y'all interact with me and all of that. So this is there. I have said before, I find this to be therapeutic, even though you are not my therapist. I'm not your doctor, okay? But I enjoy this, right? I'm good at talking. I'm good at engaging. I like this. This is fun for me. I love it. However, I do this little thing, like when I'm not feeling the best, I start isolating myself and I don't want to talk to people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to engage. I don't want to interact. I don't want to talk. I don't want to do stuff. Don't have any expectations of me. I don't want to meet no goals, no deadlines. I don't want to keep no schedule, like none of that, right? And we were talking about me starting to isolate myself, and she asked about my social circle. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I started talking about YouTube and how I said I was taking a break. I was like, yeah, I do YouTube. Like, we talked about some other social circle stuff, friends, family, and all that. But I was like, yeah, I do YouTube. I find it to be therapeutic. It's fun for me. It's relaxing for me, even if I'm crashing out. Like, I don't give a shit. That shit's fun. But I like YouTube. I engage with people live on YouTube or whatever. And I was like, yeah, but I decided I'm gonna take a break from that because I'm in isolation mode right now. I don't want to come off as like sad or depressed or upset or moody. I don't want to come off no type of way, and I don't want people asking no questions, right? Like, I don't want people being like, "Are you okay?" Because I'm a lie. I'm going to lie, and I'm gonna say yes, okay, right? Like, this is what I'm telling her. That's why the thumbnail, if anybody's seen it, says "lie to me," right? Because I didn't want her to tell me the truth, but she did. Okay, so anyway, I started talking about how I was like, you know what, we're just gonna I just need to put that down for a minute and just kind of be by myself. And you know what I wanted to hear? What I wanted to hear was, I understand that. That's reasonable. Like, I get wanting to be by yourself. I get wanting to isolate. No, 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 no. That's not what she said. That's not what she said. She went in the complete and utter opposite direction of encouraging me to be around people, to engage in ways that I find therapeutic, to work on my social interactions. Like, basically, we got to the point of where she was essentially telling me, first, she questioned me about what I typically do to take care of myself, right? And all of the things that I typically do, I told her I wasn't doing it. I'm like, this is what I typically do, but I ain't doing that right now. Like, we're in don't bother me, isolation, don't talk to me mode. I'll see y'all in a couple of weeks. That's where we are, right? Like, for everybody. And I'm like, yeah, like, that's where I'm at. And instead of her saying, that's okay, stay there, it'll work itself out. Like, you'll get around to it. You'll get over it eventually, right? No, she actually went in the opposite direction of challenging me. And it wasn't really a challenge. It was more like, you have a responsibility in this, right? In how you feel. So if you feel yourself going backwards, if you feel yourself slipping into a depression or even symptoms of depression or whatever it is, if you feel yourself slipping into an episode, it's kind of your responsibility to do the opposite of what you want to do in the moment. So if I want to lay in bed all day, it's my responsibility to get out of bed. If I don't feel like taking care of myself, like if I don't want to take a shower, it's my responsibility to get up and go take a shower and make myself feel better. If I don't want to make the best food choices, right? Because she asked me about my eating. I'm like, I'm eating more. If y'all see my post about the scale, right? Like, if y'all didn't see my community tab post, the scale has gone in the opposite direction, but we're not panicking. We're not panicking. We're going to talk about it on the first, and whatever happens, happens, okay? But she talked about my eating and my habits and my social circle and my this and my that. And I'm like, yeah. Like, everything's going backwards. I know. And she's like, well, it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to do the opposite of what you want to do. So it's your responsibility to get up and go work out, because that's going to make you feel better. It's your responsibility to go outside and get some fresh air, because that's going to make you feel better. And I'm like, but I don't want to. I don't want to. She didn't say it's my responsibility to come onto YouTube, but it was like, if that's good for you, then do it. Like, mind you, I already had the stream scheduled to talk about, oh, I'm sorry, y'all, I missed the stream, so let me give y'all a makeup stream, whatever. And then I was going to go back into hiding a little bit, little tiny piece. I was going to go back into hiding a little bit, but she was essentially telling me, yes, these things happen. Yes, there are some backsliding, but it is up to you to make an effort to do the opposite of what you want to do in that moment, right? Because when you feel down, right? When you feel down or depressed or just bleh, it don't even have to be depressed. Whatever you feel, when you feel down, other than eating for emotional comfort, what do you actually try to do to make yourself feel better? For the most part, people don't do anything. They just sit in it. They just sit in their feeling down. They just sit in their depression. They just sit in their gloom and doom and whatever. And you don't really do anything to get yourself out of it. Now I'm in therapy. I'm working on it. I'm being proactive. I'm aware. I have self awareness. But, after I get off the phone with her, I'm going back into hiding until I feel like coming out. Not now, but that's what I was thinking. You know what I mean? So it was just really hard that, like, as we were talking, I just kept getting to this point where I had responsibility. I have responsibility to do stuff and I don't want to, but I'm gonna, okay, right? Like, even down to, we talked about doing something as simple as watching your show. Remember, just a week ago, I was talking about how I found this new show. I hadn't watched TV in a while. It's been really comforting and therapeutic for me to just sit in front of the TV, do nothing, and binge watch my show. And I haven't been doing that. Like, I was doing it at first, but then I stopped after, like, it's only probably been like a couple of days, so I'll give myself some grace. But I stopped. Like, all of the things that was making me feel good, I stopped doing, right? Which is the opposite of what I should be doing. So I said all of that to say, I wish my therapist sucked. Okay. Like, I wish she was trash and did not know how to do her job right, because now I have homework. Now I have homework. Like the stream as you're coming in, please double tap the screen to okay, Jen. I hope dog baby is okay. Dog baby. I don't know why I said dog baby. Lola? Is it Lola? I hope the dog's okay. All right. Double tap your screen to like the stream. Drop a comment. Let me know where you are watching from. Raquel, or is it Raquel? Says, thank you. Glad to be here. Thank you so much. Silas says my forehead is sparkling. Okay. Good morning, new subscriber. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Okay, so I said all of that to say that I had a really tough therapy session that required, like, I came out of it feeling like, okay, so I have to work, I have to put in effort. I know these things in the back of my mind, but I wasn't ready to, like, address that so quickly. Like, I was hoping it would take a little bit like, I was hoping I could be a little bit lazy. Like, just let me go in my corner and let me stay there, okay? So, the other reason I'm saying that is for those that knew that I said Raquel. Okay. Right? Did I say that right? Raquel? Let me know. If not, I'll try again. I do this all the time with name pronunciations. I'm gonna keep going till I get it right. Okay. But I also said that to say I don't want people, because I said I was taking a break and people were really supportive of that. I don't want people to feel like I'm forcing myself to be on here. No. Something else that came up was that I know the things that make me feel good, and oftentimes I will avoid those things because I'm trying to sulk. Right? Like, avoiding YouTube allows me to sulk and isolate and be alone. You know what I mean? Like, avoiding, like, I had a 2-month dinner date. Like, I had a dinner date with a really close friend of mine. We live in different cities, and now I'm closer to his city being here at this house sit. So I had this house sit planned for the last maybe 2 or 3 months, and I knew that during this house sit, it was going to give me an opportunity to go see him. And I flaked because I had a fucked up Saturday. I had such a I almost couldn't get out of bed on Saturday. Like, my Saturday was so freaking rough, and I flaked on my dinner date. Now, if I explain why, then yeah, it may seem justified, but I didn't feel good about it. Like, it didn't make me feel better. It just made me feel like, okay, now you're hiding from your friend because you feel like shit, which is not what you do. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what you do. Okay. You don't, one, you don't give up on your obligations, right? Like, that's one thing. You don't give up on your obligations, the things that you are responsible for. But two, you don't get to, like, I get that people are understanding, but I will fuck around and stop being a friend, a family member, a content creator. Like, I will quit everything and go into hiding, okay? I will go into hiding. I'm telling y'all. So it was almost like I needed permission to not be okay, but still do the things that I enjoy. If that makes sense. Hey, Delilah. I started out by apologizing for the stream that I forgot to cancel. I wasn't gonna do it. I left it up and people were waiting for me. So I started out by saying I was sorry about that. But then I got into talking about my therapy session, and a part of my therapy, a part of my homework is to do this. Like, a part of my homework is to continue on with my social interactions even though I don't feel great. Like, even though I don't feel good, a part of my homework is to do things that make me feel good instead of hiding from them, okay? Definitely a runawayer. Run, girl, run. But bring the popcorn. We could run together. Let's just bring the cheddar buffalo cheese, buffalo hot cheese, hot buffalo cheddar, something. Bring that popcorn with you, and then we can go run and go into hiding and eat popcorn. Okay. So yeah, so me coming on here, essentially, even though I was going to do it anyway, I was going to come say, oh, I'm sorry, I love y'all, how y'all doing? Okay, y'all still love me? Y'all still here? Okay, bye. Like, that's that's what I was going to do. But by the time I got through my session, I was like, I hate that you're right. Can you please lie to me a little bit? Like, just kind of. Like, can you just tell me everything's okay? Like, even though I feel like crap, it's okay. Like, can you tell me not to do stuff? Just say, it's okay to do nothing. Like, remember, we talked about doing nothing, right? But I wish Reindeer was here, because Reindeer reminded me about my non-negotiables. But there is a difference between doing nothing, like active, like doing nothing on purpose, right? Doing nothing because it's time to take a break, or doing very, very little, right? You're doing nothing because it's time to relax. But then there's doing nothing because you're avoiding life. There's doing nothing because you're sad and you just want to stay sad, or you feel bad and you just want to keep feeling bad, or not necessarily want to, you're just not willing to do the work to get out of it because it's hard. Like, we talked about the gym, and I'm like, I'm very well aware that, like, my number one go-to when I feel myself like backsliding is to get out and go to the gym, because one, it forces me out of the house. It forces me to get dressed. It forces me to sweat, which is incredibly therapeutic. It forces me to work hard, right? Which is rewarding. And then you get the endorphins. But it's hard for me. Like, it's hard for me to be motivated to do it. And then I got to ask, okay, so is there anything that you can do without being motivated? And I'm like, don't ask me stuff that makes sense. Because, yeah, there is. Like, stuff that I feel responsible for, and this is how we get back to the non-negotiables, stuff that I feel responsible for, like taking a shower and brushing my teeth, I don't need to be motivated to do that. I just do it because I have to, right? But other things, when it comes to self-care, I don't feel obligated to do it. I don't feel motivated to do it. So then I will just put it to the wayside. You know what I mean? So it was really good. It was really good to have to face that. I don't like being in a position where it feels like I'm constantly talking about what's wrong and I'm never talking about what I'm going to do about it. And I kept getting to the point where, without her asking me, okay, so what are you going to do? She kept strategically guiding me to a point where I had to come up with my own solutions. And it was like, oh my God, gross. Don't make me do stuff. Just let me be sad. Like, just let me cry. Okay, do not make me do stuff and face the world. I don't wanna. Okay. Kim King says, love your honesty. Many of us experience similar things, but won't admit it to others, and sometimes not to ourselves either. Praying for your strength. Thank you so much. And healing. Thank you. Delilah says, yes, that spicy buffalo popcorn changed my life. Listen, okay. I definitely appreciate the well wishes and the prayers, because I'm working on it. And the reason that I'm so honest about it is because, one, somebody is feeling it too. And is it getting dark outside? Did my lighting something just happened? Hold on. I'm not really sure what just happened. Let's take these off because there's a glare. If I can't see y'all comments, I'm sorry. Okay. But yeah, the reason I'm so honest about it is because I don't mind sharing. I don't mind sharing. Like, I don't have to tell, every little detail about my life to just be honest about how I'm feeling. But I truly, truly think, and we're going to get into this, I got some time before y'all. Today is my titration appointment. I'm gonna be meeting with my PCP virtually to try to titrate up to the 10 milligrams. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, I won't get any pushback. My doctor has been really good about this, so I'm hoping she doesn't like give me a hard time about titrating. But we will see. So the other reason why I'm so open is because this is a journey, okay? And it's not just about the number on the scale, because we are going to get into goal chasing, right? Goal setting versus goal chasing. Always having another objective or a milestone to reach or whatever, right? And then what happens when you finally run out of goals? Like, what happens when you get to your quote unquote goal weight? Then what? So this is a journey that involves, like, weight loss is not, going through a weight loss journey is not easy. And there are a lot of mental and emotional aspects that people don't realize. Like, your body is a big part of how you show up in the world, right? People can't read your mind. They can't see you, but they can see you physically. And sometimes how we show up in the world physically is a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. So when I'm talking about losing weight, I don't want to just focus on a number on a scale. Listen, if I don't feel good mentally, I'm never going to get to where I want to be physically. I'm just not. Because I'm not going to try. I'm not going to make an effort. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is all a part of the journey. The emotional changes, the mental struggles, like if you're able to just lose weight and never feel anything differently, kudos to you. Because a lot of us can't do that. So there's a lot of changes happening at once. And sometimes when you're overweight for so long and then you finally are successful at losing weight and keeping it off, it brings up other issues that may have been suppressed by your weight. It sounds crazy, but if y'all think I'm tripping, watch 600 Pound Life. Doctor now be making people get to the root before he cut them open. Like, he makes them, so we're not any different just because we're on a GLP-1 and not getting surgery. There are other things going on with us that need to be addressed. Maybe not necessarily with a therapist. That's just my tool that I like to use. But either way, this is all a part of the same journey. And if I can't take accountability, right? One, if I can't be open about struggle, then I'm projecting perfection, which I don't have. I'm a perfectionist, but I often fall short of perfection, right? So it's important. I do feel like it's important to show that. I mean, people may see it as a benefit. People may see it as a weakness or a vulnerability. It don't really matter to me. The point is, somebody out there understands. Somebody out there is feeling the same way. Somebody out there is afraid to say it. And the point is, this shit's hard. It's hard. And working on it is hard because I don't want to do stuff. I just want to take the easy route, which is the route of suffering, right? That's the route of suffering. The easy route, which is like, just do nothing and suffer. Like, that's the easy route. Okay. So before I get into goal chasing, let me get caught up on your comments. Hi ZY, or is it Zai? I'm not sure. You're a more refined woman than I am when I'm in my feelings in that way. Even the obligations of daily life, like a shower and brushing teeth, can be something I struggle hard to do, even though I know. I like 10, but 12.5 is my jam. Oh, you like a half dose. Interesting. So about the whole obligations thing, I fought with myself on Saturday. I was in bed all day. Like, I told y'all, like, my no days are like midday shower days, but that's on purpose, right? It's not because I'm feeling some type of way. It's just like, first thing I wake, like, I'm not taking a shower first thing in the morning if it's a no day, because I don't plan on going outside, because the answer is no. So I'll take a shower like later in the afternoon. But on Saturday, it got later and later and later, and I'm literally fighting with myself. I'm like, get up. I felt like complete and utter crap. I felt terrible. I'm like, get in the shower. Get in the shower. Mind you, I had a dinner date to go to. I'm like, since early morning or late morning. It was like 10, 11 o'clock. I'm like, okay, I'll be there at 1, get in the shower, okay, I'll be there at 3, get in the shower, okay, I'll be there at 5, get in the shower, okay, I'm not coming. Like it was like I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Like I could not get up. I couldn't. So I understand, Delilah, but I did get up. I got up eventually because it wasn't an option. It was not optional. It's not, especially when I know I'm only doing this because I feel bad. Like you're only not wanting to go take a shower because you feel like shit. That doesn't mean, for me personally, it's like, okay, so that's even more reason to go do it. Push yourself. I know it's hard. Suck it up. Like so I was able to get through it and it did help, but it wasn't like the end all be all. It was just like, if I'm afraid to challenge myself, if I'm afraid to jump over those hurdles in the moment, then this weight loss journey is going to be even more of a struggle than what it is. Delilah says, that's so true. That's why I always say I'm working on my overall health, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual, not just weight, because I can't succeed if I only focus on weight. Exactly. Adam says living with you would would be absolute hell. As a man, I would never want to have someone like you as a mate. You seem not very bright. Well, luckily I'm not looking for a date, Adam. Mind you, you have to be subscribed to even leave that comment. So thank you for the subscription. Yeah. Thank you. And thank you, Delilah, for saying you're proud of me. But I'm not available to you. You know? Yes. So you might want to go scroll up and find someone that's looking for a mate named Adam, which I am not. Okay, so let's get into, right? I'm making good time. Let's get into looking forward from the July Venetian 30, right? Now, we do have a Venetian 30 check-in live happening. So I don't want to talk too much about July. I don't want to focus too much on what has happened already in July. However, it has dawned on me. Okay, the cats are doing something. It has dawned on me that I have not set a goal for myself for August. Now, I put up a poll to see what you guys think on my community tab. Like, do you have a goal? Do you not have a goal? Are you not thinking about it? Like, what's your jam as far as August? So let's talk about goal chasing, right? So I read a fortune cookie. I was out eating Chinese. I was. And that's why the scale is up. Okay? Leave me alone. I read a fortune cookie. And I'm not into fortune cookies as far as like spirituality, but I really they taste good. And I like to read the little fortunes, okay? So it said something to the effect of, like, remember to enjoy the journey and not just the destination, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're talking to me. This was my fortune cookie. Like, I'm not enjoying my weight loss journey. I'm really not. Like, I'm not enjoying my weight loss journey because it's hard. It's not fun. You know what I mean? So I'm often just focused on the next like milestone, the next 10 pounds that I got to get off until I get 100 pounds off, right? And this made me reflect on like, well, what would it actually mean? What would it actually mean to enjoy this journey? And I didn't have an answer. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Are you enjoying your weight loss journey or whatever? Because it's been a struggle. I have not been enjoying this. Like, I've been enjoying the progress when I do notice it and when I do appreciate it. But I've been kind of like overlooking everything else. Like it's not fun. You know what I mean? I've only been focused on like, okay, I need to get 100 pounds off. But the thing about that is having tunnel vision like that, I'm not so sure that I'm going to feel differently when I get there. Like, it's very easy when you have a lot of weight to lose to think that if you could just get this weight off, all of your problems will go away. Everything will be so much better. Life will be so much easier. A weight will be lifted off of your shoulders, which is partially true. But I'm starting to be concerned, right? Because I'm more than halfway there. I'm almost 60 pounds down. I'm about 56 pounds down or something like that. I'm starting to realize like, oh, at some point I won't be trying to lose weight anymore. Then what? Then what? If I'm constantly setting a new goal for myself, what happens when I run out of goals to set? I'm scared. Like, I'm kind of scared of what that means because I don't know. I've never lost 100 pounds before. I don't know what it means to lose 100 pounds. Like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about myself. I assume I'm going to feel better about myself. I know I'm going to be proud of myself, but it's like, okay, so then what? Like, when you work so hard, especially for those of us where it takes longer than a year, you work so hard, you have this very specific goal, and then it's like you get it. I haven't gotten it yet, but it's like you get it, and it's like, okay, then what? So the reason that I'm talking about that is because as we transition out of the July 30, for one, okay, so let me tell you how this came up for me actually. So I talked to so it has dawned on me, and I'm going to talk about this more on Friday, but it has dawned on me that I was not as disciplined in this month as I was in June. I got a lot further in June because I was a lot disciplined in June. It was not the tirzepatide. It was not the Zepbound. It was nothing. It was not my dose. It was not needing to titrate. It was in none of that. It was my discipline, without a doubt. Without a doubt, the decisions that I made in June were better and more consistent than the decisions that I made in July. So what was the difference? Well, in June, there was money on the table. So I had a bet to either win or lose, depending on the choices that I make. There were consequences to my decisions in June, right? My decisions as far as what I put in my mouth, my decisions as far as, no, it was really mostly what I ate. That's what the bet was centered around. So I came into July like, okay, well, let's try this again. But this time, no money on the table. I should be able to do this with sheer willpower. Nope. I should be responsible enough to just make this happen. Nope. I have learned in the past month that I still have a lot of my old habits. Now, some of the habits that I developed in June stuck, but that's because I made them permanent with no negotiation, right? So we've talked about this before as far as like restriction. Certain things are off the table as far as like moderation for me. So the things that I chose not to moderate and remove permanently, they've been removed permanently. Like I just don't consume those things anymore. And I was able to continue that throughout July because there's no room for negotiation. If I say I don't drink soda, I don't drink soda. If I say I don't eat candy, I just don't eat candy. You know what I mean? Like it's not my jam. It's not my thing. Could I dabble if I wanted to? Sure, but that's risky business and I just choose not to dabble. But for the most part, I did not meet, we're not going to talk about the weight thing, but like as far as like objectives, as far as like the decisions that I made, for the most part, I did not make all of the decisions that like the right decisions that I wanted to make or responsible decisions that I wanted to make. I was very, very flaky and inconsistent and not keeping to what my actual objectives were. So I've learned that when I fear the consequences, I'm more consistent. I don't want to have a proverbial gun to my head to get me to do the right thing, right? Like I don't want it to be like I got $100 hanging over my head, so I better choose to cook at home instead of going to get some Bojangles. I don't want to live that life. Like I should just be able to choose. If I want to have Bojangles on Sunday, I can't have it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You know what I mean? So I'm not there yet. And I have learned that I'm not there yet. Now, with that being said, I was speaking with my cousin, the one that I'm always doing these bets and challenges with. And I was like, cousin, I think we need to put another bet on the table. I think we need to put another bet on the table. And my cousin responded by saying, I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to say nothing because I thought you were doing good. I'm like, I'm doing I'm doing meh. Like I could be doing great, but I'm like mid. You know what I mean? So we were talking about potentially doing another bet between the two of us. And I'm like, okay, I'm on board. Like, because each time we do this, I get a little bit better about my own willpower, right? So I'm getting better and better at making decisions. It's getting easier. We were talking about how we're going to change the focus from diet to exercise. So we're going to focus on putting on muscle and changing our body composition more so than focus on lowering the scale, which for me, lowering the scale is always a part of the objectives. But I think in September, I'm going to switch gears temporarily to not focusing so much on the scale, even though it is a tool, it is an aspect. We're going to focus more on the physical aspect of putting on weight and making sure we're consistent in the gym. And then the diet and all of that will be sprinkled in there. You know, all the good habits we've already built, we will continue, and then we will add along the way. But that's for September, right? It dawned on me that I don't really have a direction for August. And I am the type of person that's something to focus on. Like, I need an objective, or August will pass me by and the scale will not move at all, right? Like, so September, not so much focusing on the scale, but for right now, yes, I want the scale to drop as much as possible. And because I don't have like a vision for August, I don't have a goal, I don't have an objective, I'm just like, it'll pass me by. It will pass me by. So it makes me wonder, am I being productive by goal setting, or am I chasing something? And then if I am chasing something, what am I chasing, and what's going to happen when I get it? What's going to happen? Like, I am chasing weight loss, right? Right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm chasing losing 100 pounds. But if I can barely get through August without having a goal, what's going to happen when I meet the goal of all goals, which is getting my weight down? What's going to happen then? So I want to talk about changing our perspective on goal setting and setting objectives for ourselves. I think we should be doing that, but I want to talk about where that becomes somewhat detrimental, and it can give you a bit of tunnel vision. Oh, hey, Kat. As long as you're breathing, there will always be a new goal to set. Okay. Hi, Nurse Michelle. We have a nurse. Think of it like money. It doesn't bring you happiness, but it doesn't hurt. Life's easier with more money and being in a healthy weight range. Absolutely. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Kat. You'll find new goals, maintenance, strength. Right. So I'm already segueing to strength as far as September. I don't feel like I need, because I have thought about this, Kat. I have thought about this. And I don't feel like I need to wait until I get to my goal to then start focusing on my gains. You know what I mean? Like, I can do both. I just kind of, for my brain, I kind of need to alternate or teeter-totter, right? So like, whereas the past 2 months I've been focusing on the scale dropping, and it has, and I'll continue that through August, I don't need to get to 140 pounds before I'll be like, okay, well, now let's focus on the gains, right? So there's a new goal. Oh, we talked about, in my therapy session, we talked about, how did she put it? Redirecting your focus. Let me tell y'all something. Sidebar really quickly. Let me tell y'all something. I know I'm talking about the whole strength training thing for September, but I had already considered this before she gave me this verbiage of redirecting your focus, right? And the way that I was thinking about it was, I have a lot going on mentally. I got to put that somewhere. I got to put it somewhere. I got to put it's energy. Thoughts are energy. I got to put that energy somewhere. And I'm about to put it into them weights. Like, okay, guys, excuse my language, but I've been kind of a pussy lately when it comes to the weights. Like, I've been like, 5 pounds. Oh, don't, no, it hurts. Like, I have been such a scaredy cat when it comes to getting back into the weights. I have gotten back into weights, but it's been very, very, very light. Like, yes, there's nothing wrong with starting light, starting low and slow, but I'm capable of going more. Basically, I'm capable of a higher starting point than the average person that has never worked out. Like, if the average person that has never worked out, as soon as they stretch, they're gonna get sore. Or if they do 2 to 5 pound dumbbells, they're gonna get sore. I'm capable at starting at like a level or two above that, but I'm being kind of a pussy about it because I'm afraid of the soreness. Like, I am running from the DOMs. In order for me to get a good pump that means something, because I haven't been working out consistently, I'm going to get delayed onset muscle soreness. It's going to happen. I'm going to be stiff. It's going to hurt. I'm going to have to work through it. And I am like emotionally and mentally and physically running from that soreness. It's going to happen. But with that being said, it has dawned on me that I need to shift my focus, right? I got stuff going on mentally and emotionally, and I just got to go put it somewhere. And I'm telling y'all, I'm about to go put it in them weights. I ain't got no choice. I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice in the matter. Like the thoughts got to go somewhere, okay? But yeah, so I agree with Kat with finding, you'll end up just finding a new goal. But again, does that lead to us just constantly chasing a new goal? Like, do we ever get to a point where we're kind of like, we did it, and that's it? Or is it like, okay, so what's the, like, is it a constant objective? Let me know what y'all think. I've lost over 100 pounds over and over through my life. There was always more to lose, but the difference is this time I'm working through my overall healing and not just weight this time. Okay. You're entitled to your feelings. Nobody can tell you how you should feel. You have great insight and self-awareness to your mental health. A lot of people do not. Sounds like you know your path. I'm finding my way. I am definitely finding my way, Raquel. And I just, sometimes I want to stick my head in the sand and don't, like, just everybody shut up. Just leave me alone. Sometimes I want to stick my head in the sand. But I'm doing my best not to do that. VD, you only have one cousin. I hear you say cousin all the time. I just wonder, is it just the one? No, my cousin's name is Cousin. Okay, I was waiting for somebody to mention this. All right, hold on. Erica. Hi, Erica. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I did do my hair. Okay, so Delilah. Okay. Sidebar, okay? And this is Delilah's fault. I was just waiting for somebody to be like, girl, you always saying, like, what is your cousin's name? Like, what? You know what I mean? Right? Okay, so my cousin's name is Cousin. Our names are cousin. We don't call each other by our names, okay? My family and my friends, like I told y'all, my first name is Shadarylyn. Nobody calls me that ever, anywhere, ever, unless I'm going to a doctor's appointment. Nobody calls me that, okay? My family and friends call me Dee Dee. And my cousin's name is Monet. My cousin's name is Monet, okay? But we don't call each other by our names. We call each other cousin. Hi, cousin. What you doing, cousin? Cousin, where you at? Love you, cousin. Cousin, I miss you. Cousin. I don't just have one cousin, but when I say cousin, I'm talking about one specific person because my cousin's name is Cousin. Now, my cousin identifies as he, him. So my cousin goes by Lee. That don't got nothing to do with me because your name is Cousin. So oftentimes you won't hear me like identify like a pronoun either. Like you won't hear me say he, him, or she, or sometimes I'll like accidentally say she. But my cousin's gender is cousin. I know y'all are gonna think like I'm so stupid, but this is our relationship. This is. I'm not pretend slow. I'm real life slow. Like I really act like this. My cousin's name is Cousin. That's my cousin's name. So, but if you want to be, listen, and that's also why he won't comment, because y'all are not supposed to call cousin apparently. Like apparently y'all not supposed to call my cousin. Cause y'all, like if my cousin comes into the chat, then y'all gonna be like, hey cousin. And then, you know, people don't like the spotlight or whatever. Okay, so Lee. My cousin goes by Lee, but that don't matter. I don't care about none of that. My cousin's name is Cousin, okay? So there you go, Delilah. I have many cousins. I'm sorry. I have many cousins, but when I say cousin, that's a person. That's a name. That's a name. That's what we call each other because that's our name. We have the same name. We have the same name. And I have videos. I don't think my cousin's ever been in one of my videos, but I've had like I talk about my cousin often because we talk every day. Like, let me see if you're watching. Are you watching? I didn't get a message, so you're probably not watching. Oh, where you at? YouTube is asking about you. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I know it's dumb. Leave me alone. Um, okay. I've been wanting to ask but never did. Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to ask because I knew I was gonna overcomplicate the explanation. So I'm like, I don't want to voluntarily start explaining something that nobody asked about. So now that you asked, you have the answer. Girl, I have at least 100 cousins and cannot imagine having just one. But we have a handful of us. We all call cousin to each other, but that's but there's 5 of us that say cousin to one another. I don't think you're stupid. I have a very similar relationship with some. Yeah, yeah. I call my that's your name. Your name is cousin. Like, and if you really piss me off, I'll call you by your first name. Yeah, yeah. Or if you disappear, like when I posted on, I don't know how many of y'all saw it, but when I posted on my community tab last week, when my bestie lives across the world and we haven't spoken all day, and there was a message saying, "You got 2 hours, or I'm calling the people, and the people are the cops." I'm talking about my cousin. My cousin is the one I'm going to see in Amsterdam. Okay, it's been 24 hours. Do you know where your cousin is? Y'all remember that commercial? Was it on Fox or like 11 WB? I don't know. But do y'all remember that? Did y'all have that? I grew up in New York where like the news station at like 10 o'clock at night would be like, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Did y'all ever have that in y'all city? Like in the early 2000s? It's such and such o'clock. It's 11 p.m. Do you know where your children are? I wonder why they stopped asking that question, because don't nobody know where their kids are these days. Yeah, it's cousin. Yes, exactly. Name, sex, age, cousin. Gender, cousin. Height, cousin. Like, favorite color, cousin. Favorite person, me. Other cousin. That's how it is. So anyway, okay. So we're talking about habitual goal setting, right? So I was on Kat's comment about you set a new goal, right? How do y'all feel about one? How many of you feel like you're going to be confused as to what to do when you get your goal weight? Jen, I saw you say that's where you are. What now? Have you answered that question, Jen? Have you figured it out? Let me know. And two, for those of us that haven't got into our goal weight, how many of you feel like you're going to be aware of what comes next? Like you're aware of what you want to, like what's going to happen once you meet your goal? Because I have no clue. I have no clue. And like I said, I can barely even think about August because I'm like, okay, so what's my goal for August? Because it's important for me to set goals. It is important. So I'm not against goal setting. It is important for me, myself. I'm the type of person that needs smaller objectives along the way. Like even some of the objectives may be aggressive, like trying to lose 10 pounds after I just lost 11 pounds the last month. I don't think that's like, I knew that was aggressive and there was a chance I wasn't going to meet that, but I don't feel like a failure for not meeting that. I was reaching a bit. Oh my God, my hair's in my face. Okay, so I was reaching a bit. So I knew that. I was okay with that. I was aware of that. But moving forward, hold on. Where did my yeah, moving forward, I wonder about potentially losing a little bit of a sense of purpose. Not in life, just like something that, the weight loss is really important to us, or at least to me it is. It's the goal is really important. But I do wonder about like getting to the point of just being stuck, because I almost feel like I'm there right now. Like, okay, so the July challenge is over. So I don't want to just be setting up a new challenge every month, even though I do enjoy them, but it's because it gives me something to focus on. Is focus bad? I mean, in this context, what do y'all think? I don't know if focus is necessarily bad in this context. And then it's like you get to your goal weight, so then what do you focus on? Putting on muscle. I know, Journey of Life. I came on here to apologize. I saw that you were waiting for that stream that I forgot to cancel, and I had posted about taking a break from going live, but so I came on here to say sorry. It was mostly, I saw you and Michelle. Those were the comments that I saw. I'm not sure who else was there. So I'm sorry I missed that stream. It was supposed to be canceled and I didn't cancel it. Or I tried and failed. So I'm sorry. So I've talked about my therapy session and how a part of my homework is to come on here and be social and stop running from stuff. I have achieved Yes, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? My brother and I would say it, but but mommy is. I've achieved every goal I ever set except to conquer my weight. So I know it'll run for a few months. Then my brain will move on to filling the void with a new goal. I am a giver upper. So I have not met every goal that I have set for myself. We've also talked about this, like like with my motivation. When I get desperate, I get productive. When I become desperate, I become very productive. So like the first time I lost weight with fasting, like 20, 30 pounds, I was desperate because I was incredibly sick. So I was focused, I was motivated, I was locked in. Like when I lock in on something, I am locked in. But for the most part, my brain is just like scattered. For the most part, my brain is just scattered. And this is why I give myself goals so I have something specific to focus on. So for me, but the thing about it is I don't want the goal to only be to lose weight. You know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna lie, the scale has me triggered this week. Double tap the screen to like the stream as you're coming in, and please make sure that you hit the subscribe. But like, Journey of Crowns. Yeah, I was like, that's a that's a long poo she's taking. Wow, that's funny. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your mommy is? It's okay, you're forgiven. Oh, thank you. Journey of Crowns. Okay. Had to be number one on Sunday. She wasn't even there. Yes, yeah. That's Journey of Life. If a stream is scheduled and it's within the hours of like, you know, decent hours on the West Coast, Journey gonna be there first. Like, where's my crown? Give me my crown. And if anybody takes it, I'm getting it back. Like that's how Journey of Life gets down about these crowns. Okay, we have 33 people watching. People have been coming and going. 27 likes. Go ahead and get us up to 33 likes. Why not? Why not? Why not? Okay, so I need to come up with. I don't mind talking about what my plans are for August because I don't have them. So let's figure that out right now. And I don't mind talking about it now because when we talk about the Venetian 30, I really want to focus on July and what my lessons were from July and how y'all did in July and whether you met your goals or not, okay? But I'm not going to lie, the scale has me triggered this week because I was 5 pounds down. I'm not ruining my weigh-in or anything because I still have 2 days to weigh in, so it's fine. But I was 5 pounds down and then I had a really high carb day. Like, a really, really, really high carb day. And I didn't feel like cooking. I went out to eat. It was what it was. I think I had like 2 coffees in one day, like 2 iced coffees in one day. So I had a really, really high carb day. And when I stepped on that scale the next day. Now this happened to somebody. It was either the Journey of Life or Reindeer. And I was like, you don't get upset about no change in the scale overnight. That ain't real. That's phantom. Like that's phantom weight, right? That's fluid or, you know, water retention that will come right back off as soon as you turn around your whatever caused you to put on the water. As soon as you undo that, it'll come right back off. But I've been triggered because it's been 2 days and the water has not come off, and I'm like, it's almost weigh-in day. Are you telling me that I'm going to have to weigh in at the end of the Venetian 30 and it's going to look like I lost no weight at all? It's going to look like I lost. Now, y'all know I lost 5 pounds, but I stepped on a scale and I was up 4 pounds in one day, which I know is fluid retention. It's not like I gained 4 pounds of fat. I'm aware, but I got to count that for weigh-in day. Like if I get on the scale on weigh-in day on Thursday and I'm at 188, I can only count that as a 1 pound loss for July, even though I was down 5 pounds. That is so sucky. Like, oh my gosh. And I know we're not supposed to give the scale that much power over us. So I'm not completely upset about it, but I am disappointed. I'm like really annoyed. I'm really annoyed. You know what I mean? So I'm not happy about that. What happened to the scale? Because that bastard is doing me wrong too. I need to figure out how to form a goal for the month. I'm more like overshooting those goal type person, and I need to get realistic. Yeah, I overshot for July, but I knew I was overshooting. I was overshooting, but but I also could have still met my goal had I kept my habits the same from June, because I still got over 40 to 50 pounds to lose. So like it's not unreasonable for me to lose 10 pounds in a month. It is aggressive, but it's not out of reach. But I have to be very, very honed in on what I'm eating in order to make that happen. If I start being sloppy, then I only get about 44 to maybe 5 pounds, maybe even 3 pounds, which is still good. But in order to be aggressive, I have to be very, very specific with my diet. Listen, this is sodium. I'm never eating out again. I ate one damn hamburger from In-N-Out and no spread, all healthy. And guess what had the most sodium? The cheese. Oh my God, I would have never guessed. I would have never guessed. I had a 1.5 pound increase over the last 2 weeks combined. So I was upset with the scale for a while. Yeah. I try not to give it too much power, but because I weigh in daily, I notice like big changes, big swings. Back in March, I said like I was gonna be under 200 by October. I was 280. I'm insane. Yeah, I said I was gonna be 100 pounds down by July, but you have to remember 6 months I didn't lose weight at all. I spent about 6 months at 200 pounds. I lost the first 40 in like 5 months, and then I spent the next 6 not losing no weight. And then the last 2 months of my 1 year, or 1 to 2 months, I started losing weight again. So it is what it is. But I will be setting a goal for myself for August. So it's a little tricky because I'm traveling. Okay, so I'm going to Europe, right? I need to address the sugar in my diet. I've been dancing around it. I've been playing around it. I've been addressing everything but the sugar. Well, August, I don't know if that's the best time to do it because I am going to Europe and I want a waffle so bad. I want a Belgian waffle. Like they walk around with Belgian waffles like it's jumbo cookies or something. Like how you might go to the mall or something and get like a cookie and just walk around and eat it. That's how they walk around with waffles in like Amsterdam and Belgium and all that. And I'm like, I want a waffle so bad, which I'm going to have it. Y'all know I'm going to try to get some gluten into my diet when I go to Europe. So the point is, I'm not really trying to be on vacation worried about my sugar. I'm this close to putting that scale in my luggage. I know I'm not supposed to, but I'm this close to doing it anyway. And I said that to say, I want to address sugar, but it's too late for that right now because I'm about to go on vacation and I'm not about to be stressing out about no sugar. Now, when I do get back, there's still 3 weeks left in August. So I don't necessarily have to wait until September to set a new goal for myself. So I'm trying to figure out what my goal is. What is my goal going to be when I get back from Europe? Like, am I going to weigh in and then evaluate, or am I just going to go back to what I was doing in like June? Because July was not a good month. I haven't figured it out yet, but I need something, or else I will just be in la la land for the whole month. And before I know, but you know what? I'm titrating up to the 10 milligrams. So I may not have the opportunity to be in la la land with my eating. Like the 10 milligram might get me together. Like the 7 has gotten better. I was starting to slip a little bit on the 7, but by increasing my protein, I've gotten back to a really good place on the 7.5 milligram. But I can still tell that titration would be good for me. Titrating up to the what do you call it? The 10 milligram. It'll be good for me. It'll be good for me. So I'm ready. I'm ready for that. I'm definitely ready. Now, I already got another box of the 7.5, so I'm at least stuck with the 7.5 through August. But if I get my prescription changed today, by the time I do my next refill in August for September, I'll be at a 10 milligram. I'm ready. I'm scared, but I'm ready. I'm ready. I lost $140 at the casino and gained 3 pounds of overnight. Is it because of stress? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. Belgian waffle and Belgian fries? What the heck is that? If you want to have fun, leave it behind is what I say, because it's a trip of a lifetime, making memories for yourself, but also be very mindful of what you're consuming and fast when possible. Yes, I agree with the fasting. So like, for example, okay, can we just have a conversation about like being able to be responsible and still enjoy life? Like, I don't let fasting ruin a good time for me. If I got to reschedule my fast, I just reschedule my fast. However, fasting will keep me from going too far if I'm responsible about my fasting. So, like, for example, I'm going to be flying Delta One, right? And they're going to serve dinner and all of that. Whatever. But it's going to be really late. It's going to be later than I would typically eat. But for the experience, like, I'm not, to be honest, I'm not going to be hungry. Well, it'll be close to shot day. No, I don't think I'm going to be hungry. But I want to see if the food is good. And I paid for the seat, so I want to get my money's worth, which money's worth is like, whatever. But you know what I mean? So like my dad, he bought our flight. He bought our tickets because I told you I'm poor. But I couldn't think of a Father's Day gift for him. And obviously Father's Day was last month. So I was just like, okay, I'll figure it out when I get to Europe. But Delta offered us an upgrade. So I went ahead and got us the upgrade to Delta One as, well, for him as his Father's Day gift, and for me because I'm not about to upgrade you and not upgrade me. Like, what? So when I say my money's worth, is there any amount of food that they can give me that will be my money's worth? Probably not. Like, is there any quality of food that they can give me that will make it worth my while? Probably not. But it's going to be like 10 something at night and they're going to be serving dinner, which I feel like is really late to eat. But I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat. And I am going to be on a 6-hour time difference. So that jet lag for me is going to be serious. Like, I'm going to be awake in Amsterdam at a time that I would typically be asleep here. So I'm on the verge of a little bit of sleep deprivation, but I think it'll be okay. And yeah, I do want to have fun. I'm not worried about it too much. I am taking my Zepbound with me. I bought a little portable sharps container for my syringe. I'm taking 1 vial of Zepbound with me. Hopefully they don't take it away from me, but it should be fine. It should be fine. Belgian fries, also known as, I can't pronounce that. Frites? I can't pronounce that. Are the cornerstone of Belgian culinary culture. While often referred to as French fries, their true origin lies in Belgium. So what you're telling me is I can get an authentic French fry in Belgium, is what you're telling me. Is it a crinkle cut? Is it a cute crinkle cut? Or is it a steak fry? I like steak fries and crinkle. Like, my preference is crinkle cut. But I could do a nice steak fry. The sleep you can get in those late fast sleeps is worth the money. Okay. Yeah, I have a late flight. They fry them in tallow. Don't tell me that. Oh my God. I have been wanting some fries or fried food made in beef tallow forever. I read about it years ago, how that used to be how food was fried in the US and they switched to seed oils. So I have been wanting some beef tallow fried food forever. Or what oil do they use? I wonder. Those fries were addicting. Belgian waffles with biscotti sauce. What do you mean biscotti sauce? What do you mean biscotti sauce? Does biscotti got a sauce? Don't lie to me. Oh wait, hold on. I think I misunderstood what you said. I was thinking Biscoff. Hold on, let me see. What's a biscotti sauce? What's that? I was thinking about Biscoff cookies when you said that. Biscotti sauce. Okay, so my objective for my trip is to have fun, but not to get sick also. Chris says, you are a brave trans woman. Love you. You had to subscribe to say that, you dummy. Oh, Biscoff. Okay, you were talking about Biscoff. Hold on, let me see. Like, oh, my light went off. That's fine. You mean like this? Oh, you probably don't know what it looked like, what kind of bottle it comes in. You probably wouldn't know. I'm dead. Like, I have it on. You have to be subscribed for at least 10 minutes. So you subscribe just to say that. You sound very jealous. Like, you're not going to get me to disrespect trans people just because you want to be a dickhead. But anyway, Yeah, I want me a waffle. Okay. Biscoff sauce, which is I love Biscoff cookies. I've never had a Biscoff sauce. That sounds like crack, and you should not do drugs. That sounds like a drug addiction waiting to happen. Like, okay, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all this thing. I have the worst luck, okay? Whenever I decide to hone in my sugar, I discover something else that's delicious. And y'all are proving my point. Y'all are proving my point. I like trying Biscoff sauce could be dangerous because if I like it, it's going to stay. Like, let me tell y'all. So I've been drinking the Dunkin' Donuts Dunka Latte lately. Oh my goodness. And I've been getting a small. I started out getting a small and then I started getting a medium, which I think was a mistake. I need to go back to a small. Complete and utter guilty pleasure, complete and utter sugar bomb, but it's so good. And now it's a problem because I've replaced my caramel iced coffee. I'm not sure which one has more sugar. I think the caramel iced coffee has more because I would get a large. But I've replaced the caramel iced coffee with the Dunkin' iced Dunka latte, and it's so freaking good. And I really just think it's espresso, sugar, and milk. I think that's all it is. Just remember what they have there won't taste the same. Here won't taste the same here. So enjoy it while you're there and leave it there. That is true. That is something that I used to do. That is a strategy for me that has worked in the past. So thank you for saying that. So like currently I've removed candy permanently, but it used to be that I would allow myself to have it in certain environments, and one of those environments was the movies. So like breakfast cereal, I have removed breakfast cereal from my diet completely, but I would allow myself to have it if I went to a hotel that had it, and I would leave it there. So the leave it there mentality is very real, and that is a good strategy. That is definitely a good strategy. I don't expect the sweets to taste the same. I don't know if it's going to be good because, like I said, in Mexico, I don't like the sweets in Mexico. I don't like the pastries and like sweet stuff, like cakes, and it doesn't taste very sweet to me because I need high fructose corn syrup crack. That's what I need. I need high fructose corn syrup drug addiction. Amsterdam cheese. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that Gouda. If I could get me some Gouda and pretzels, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then why do you have them? They're no good for you. Give them away. Give what away? What are you talking about? I forgot what I said that quick. What do you mean? What am I giving away now? Uses cane sugar, not the sugar crap they use here. Yeah, the sugar crap is good. It tastes good. Sugar crap tastes good. Sugar crack. High fructose corn syrup, processed Franken scientific monster food. It's so delicious. Like, it's so good, but it's not good for you. And I'm aware that it's not good for me. So I'm interested to see what the bread tastes like. My cousin told me about the most amazing pizza in Switzerland, so I'm hoping to get that. Oh, she has cookies she's hiding in her closet. Do we need to have a show about, or a live about hiding food? I've never done that, but I've heard about it. I've put food out of reach so that I can't get to it easily. So that I gotta go out of my way to get it, but I've never hidden food. Who would I give them to, Journey? I literally know no one. I'm just waiting to throw them, which sucks because I hate waste. Yeah. Oh, I talked about that too. I have a habit of throwing out stuff that I know I'm going to eat that I don't necessarily want to eat. I will waste it. So I'm just trying to get into the habit of like no longer buying these things. But yeah, I'll waste it. Y'all don't have homeless out in Texas. Now, journey of life, do I want to go down this road? Okay, so I just moved out of North Carolina, right? And I mean no offense to anyone that may be struggling or know someone that is struggling or homeless. But let me tell y'all something. I have realized that homeless people are not a monolith. In fact, you don't really know who's homeless and who's not unless you actually visibly see them sleeping on the street, right? So that's for one thing. The people that you would think are homeless, where I just moved from, let's say the panhandlers, because I've now realized that just because you're panhandling does not mean you're homeless, right? But we automatically assume that. The people that panhandle where I just moved from, it is a job to panhandle. And not only is it a job to panhandle, but a lot of them, and this is not for everybody, but this is like, I'm saying this exists. So like homeless people are not a monolith. Oh, you're late. Somebody finally asked why I keep calling you cousin. So I had to go through the whole explanation. You missed it. But I was just explaining that your name, your gender, your height, your weight, all of that is cousin. Like that's just what it is. Okay. So, I've come across quite a few panhandlers that turn down food and water. I've also come across not as many, but some that will ask for me to buy them food, which I'll do. No doubt. I've never been asked, I've asked for money. I've been asked for money and not given it, but I've never been asked for food and not given it. Like, I don't care what I'm doing with my day. I don't care how busy I am. I don't care where you see me, where you stop me. If a person stops me and asks me to buy them food, I will buy them food unless for some reason I just have no money. Unless I have no money, if they stop me and ask me to, and typically they're going to stop me at a place where I'm already getting food, right? So there's already food around for me to just go buy. I will buy them food. No questions asked. But the panhandlers where I lived or just moved from are very entitled. They're very no, I'm good. I don't need that. And you know what? Sometimes people don't need food or water. Maybe that's a thing that I'm just not considering. But about the whole donating your snacks, and a lot of people don't want it, to be honest with you. A lot of people don't want it. And I try not to just dump my groceries off at food banks and stuff like that, even though that can be helpful. What I was taught is that oftentimes people are dumping off stuff that don't match, but they have large groups of people to feed. So it's one thing where you donate your groceries and people can pick what they need and take it home versus let's say a food kitchen or a soup kitchen or something like that, where they got to cook large amounts of food for a big group of people. They can't really do much with 1 can of peas, 2 cans of corn, a can of carrots, and a bag of rice. You know what I mean? They need a lot of time. Money would be helpful for places like that instead of donating a bunch of stuff that don't go together to feed a big group of people. That's not to say don't donate your food. I know where I just lived, them people don't want it. They want cash, and that's fine if you want cash, but I'm not gonna always give it. But they sometimes they don't want that. They don't want it. I've definitely been turned down, as far as trying to provide food or water, and it's just okay. Not like in California, it's too damn hot here. Oh wow. I live giving so much away. Yeah. Oh, okay. But yeah, so definitely donate what you Biscoff is sugar. Oh my gosh. But you know what my favorite story is of someone asking me for help or something, whatever. A woman asked me for some money and I didn't have any cash. So I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have any cash, but can I get you something to eat?" She's like, "No, that's okay." And I'm like, "Okay, fine." And then I started to walk away and she was like, "Can you give me some ice cream?" I said, "I can definitely get you some ice cream." We were right outside of Cold Stone Creamery. I think it's Cold Stone Creamery or just Cold Stone. I don't know. But the ice cream shop, Cold Stone. She was like, "Can you give me some ice cream?" And it was hot. It was hot outside. I'm like, "I can definitely get you some ice cream, because I can pay for it with my card." She didn't want food, which is fine. Maybe she's not hungry. But she wanted some ice cream, and I got her some ice cream. And that made me feel really good. I was glad she asked too. Like, there's no what. I'm not gonna turn you down for ice cream. Like, if I wouldn't turn you down for food, I'm damn sure not gonna turn you down for ice cream. But I was really happy to do that. So that's like one of my favorite memories of like someone like asking for cash and I didn't have it. But I was able to do something else for them. So that was really nice. It's like literally one of my favorite memories. Over here, they're living every corner and all over the Hollywood stars and under the freeways. Like, you can't walk without tripping over an unhoused person. Ice cream sugar, yeah, literally. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've seen the issues with California. That ain't what this channel's about, so I'm not gonna get into it. That ain't my state. Every state has homeless, unhoused. I'm not really into the political correctness of changing the term, honestly, because a thing is a thing. You know what I mean? Changing the term doesn't make it less horrible. But, California is a very politically correct state, so I'll just let California have its California stuff. Look who has the crown now. Not the competition. Y'all gonna fight for that crown. Okay, so really quickly, I'm gonna start to wrap up. So let's get into where I'm going from here. Okay, so I do need to slow down on the live streams because there is some level of like mental preparation that I have to have in order to show up. But again, me being social is a part of my homework. So I'm not going to take as much of a break as I had planned. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to live stream from Europe. If I can, I will. But if I can't, good for me. That means I don't have to, I don't got to do my homework. All right. But definitely I will be uploading videos, shorter videos, that will have like minimal editing because I'm just not in the editing state of mind. And then the members only uploads that I plan to do as well, and members only live streams. I'm at a point now where I will feel comfortable. Like, y'all know me, I'll go live and 5 people will be watching and I'll stay live for 3 hours. I don't care. So I'm at a point now where I'll be comfortable doing some members only live streams. And if 2 people are watching, like I did one, my very first members only live stream, it was just me and Jen. She was like, "You were here by yourself?" I'm like, "Yeah, girl, you'll watch it later when you have time." And she just stayed there with me and talked with me. It's like, listen, whatever, members only. You're a member, so if you're the only one, you're the only one. So I'll definitely be doing some of that. So definitely consider becoming a member. I'm going to stop being a punk and hit these weights as far as the gym goes. Now, I'm finishing up my house sit. I plan to post a house sitting video that won't have all the glitz and glamour that I wanted it to have, but I can at least do the video and give the information. I took some video of the chicken and the goats and they're so cute. So I'm going to put that together and I'll post that. And then I'm leaving my house sit on Thursday. I fly out Friday, but I don't fly out until the evening. So I have time to go live in the morning where we can do our Venetian 30 check-in. I'm so excited, even though the scale has me stressed, y'all. Like, even right now, let me tell y'all something, right? The thing about the iced coffees. So a couple of, like, I think it was last year, when I was in therapy. This question always comes up of like, what are little things that you do throughout the day that you just enjoy? Like, whatever it is, it'll change your mood. It makes you feel good. You'll enjoy it. And at the time, I had mentioned I had a routine of like, I wake up, I talk to my cousin. My cousin wakes me up. I go get my coffee immediately. It was like clockwork, so much so that if I stopped, my whole day was thrown off. And my therapist was like, when you're doing the little things throughout the day, or when you're not feeling the best, remember to do the little things that will make your day better. And if that means going to get your coffee, go get your coffee. So that's why I always like lean on that with the coffee, because it is my thing. Like, going to get the iced coffee, that's my thing. Now, it does conflict with my objectives of trying to lose weight because it's slowing me down. But I said that to say, I've been pretty conflicted about the coffee lately, the iced coffee, especially the sugar in it. Because getting it unsweetened just ain't the same. But I've been pretty conflicted about it. Like, do I remove it? Do I keep it? The second I remove it, the weight just comes off. And then I add it back and things slow down. So the reason I said that is because, again, with this therapist, it came up again, like, what are the little things that you can do throughout your day that will make you feel better? Whatever those are, go do those things. And coffee is one of those things. So I got to figure out, like, I think if I can just say, okay, get the small, you don't need the large or the medium. You don't need it every day, but maybe every other day. Like, I got to figure out a balance with this so that I'm not completely removing it, because it is one of those things that it's a good part of my day, but it is getting in the way of my progress. So I gotta figure it out. Okay. So, wait, what? Oh, you said Jen is so cute. That's so kind of her. Also, I can't timestamp in time either if you do so many live streams. Okay, so one, Journey of Life, you are awesome. I appreciate you so much. Never feel like you have to timestamp every single live stream. No. And if you do get around to timestamping one, but then another one comes out, the most important part is the housekeeping part. Where does the housekeeping stop, and the content starts? That's the most important timestamp. Everything else, girl, that's just you having fun. I didn't tell you to do all that. I didn't tell you to timestamp the whole live stream. Okay, but I will keep that in mind, and I don't plan to be live every day. Actually, because I'm close to 1,000 subscribers, I'll try to be consistent until I cross over the 1,000, and then I'll try to be on more of a schedule based versus like a everyday kind of thing. Okay, but thank you, Journey of Life. I appreciate you so much. Jen says, I know I missed a lot, but can the lives just be freestyle? What do you mean? Can the lives just be freestyle? Are you asking me to recap, or are you talking about future lives? Oh, or do you mean like the topics? Do you mean like, can I do freestyle topics? Let me know what you mean, Jen. I think I missed something. Well, I don't think I missed something. I think I'm just misunderstanding you. When you say, can the lives just be freestyle? For me, it's coffee. Still number one. Cut the sugar in half. Yes. Like, so when I can make it myself at Panera, that's how I do it, and it's no problem. When it's made for me, that's where it gets harder. You know what I'm gonna have to start doing? Y'all know what the answer to this probably is? And it's not just getting a smaller size. I'm probably gonna have to stop going through the drive-through and get out of the car and go in and get my coffee so they can make it the way that I need them to make it. Oh my gosh, I'm trying not to be that girl that's just like, I needed this, and this way. But I've noticed that, like, if I ask them to do it a certain way, like less caramel through the drive-through, they won't do it. Or if I ask for extra ice, they'll give me extra caramel, and now I gotta. It's like, ugh, it's like gross. So I think I have to start getting out and going inside to get my coffee. Future lives. No. Oh yeah, we could talk about nothing. A show about nothing. Like, I have thought about that, but maybe I was overthinking it because I'm like, people want to know what we're talking about. But I thought about starting like a series of lives, like titled A Show About Nothing. So now if you see somebody else with that, you know they got it from me. They stole my idea. But Jen, you just gave me the green light. You just gave me the green light. We don't have to talk about Zebound. We can talk about nothing and everything. Like, yes, they can be freestyle. And if anybody wants an invite to come to the live with StreamYard, I can drop you the link in the moment. But if it's a vertical live, I have to send you an invite in advance. So yeah, they can definitely be freestyles. We can do Q&As. We can do y'all pick the topic. I might start doing that. I might start doing polls on what topic we should do next. They can absolutely be freestyles because I plan to get back into actually making my videos, which are topic specific. Because I've been thinking, like, just because I haven't been live in like 2 or 3 days, I've still been like making mental notes, which is why I've been doing the community tab posts, because I really want to do a video or a live talking about the what would you call it? The double standard between fat women and fat men. Because it dawned on me that when people kind of flippantly like, oh, they're just taking a GLP-1 for vanity, whether it's a man or a woman saying it, a doctor or a regular person, it dawned on me that I'm like, I don't think they're talking about men. And I don't even think they're realizing that, like, That's directed at women. So like, but why though? Like why when you there's a bias here that I feel like we're uncovering in real time because the bias just isn't toward overweight people. I think there's even more of a bias toward overweight women versus overweight men. And that's what I was getting at when I asked that question about vanity and when I did the poll, because when I say like, we're a little vain over here, the guys, girls, like this is about redefining what vanity is or embracing it however you want to see it. Like, yes, we're vain, and so what? We want to be cute. So, and like, have y'all seen G's posting his before and afters? So, like, yes, we're trying to be cute. And um so it's like I don't mind the term vain or vanity, which is why I named my channel what I did. But just for argument's sake or conversation's sake, when people do say, oh, they're just doing that for vanity reasons, like typically I'll celebrate, like, yay, they said the V word, yes, we're vain, and so what? But then it's like, wait a minute, y'all are not talking about men. Not that men can't be vain, but people aren't talking about men when they say that. They're talking about women. Why is that? And I don't even think that they're aware of it. Like if you ask, like if somebody said, oh, they're just doing it for vanity reason, and you say, you mean women? They'll be like, no, just people. Are you sure you were talking about men and women when you said that? Like are you sure? Because I don't think you were. So I would like to talk about that. I would like to talk about that. But yeah, we can do a ton of freestyle. That's no problem. Okay, so I agree with Jen. Okay, yep, that's what I do because I try to be really organized, but man, ADHD gets me on a whole other topics, and I forget all about my topics. It's more fun, and I could timestamp important stuff that is useful. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, no problem. No problem. No problem. And I think the format of the verticals are also different from like the regular StreamYard lives. Like I feel like the StreamYard ones are a bit more structured because we're typically reviewing a video or whatever the case may be. I have like my notes and stuff. Whereas this, I am kind of like going off the dome, but there is something specific that I want to talk about. I did want to talk about the therapy after going through my session. I did want to talk about the fact that I know I said I'm taking a break, but this is my homework now. I gotta be here with y'all. Oh my God. Like, ew, I don't want to talk to you guys. But yeah, like, and it's a good thing. I hide from things that make me feel good when I don't feel good. Like, it's a weird dynamic where it's like you would think that you would be desperate for something to make you feel better, but no, it's like a vicious cycle of like, I don't feel good, so I'm gonna avoid the things that feel good, and then I feel even worse, and then it's just a vicious cycle until I end up quitting. Like I'll end up quitting YouTube. I know myself. I will quit. But I don't need y'all coming for me because now y'all have my email and y'all will be like, where you at? Where you at? God forbid one of y'all get my number. Ma'am, where are you? I mean, I know you're okay. Are you okay? Are you good? Okay, fine. I'm just checking. Journey of life, Jen. I'm not saying no names, but y'all specifically. Like, I know it would be y'all. I know it would be y'all. Like, y'all would not just let me be suffering in silence. Like, please, just let me suffer. It's like I don't want to feel good right now. I just want to be stuck in that funky. Yeah, like leave me alone and let me suffer, please. Like, gosh. But listen, y'all don't understand. It took I was paralyzed with fear when it came to starting YouTube. Now that I'm here, I cannot let anything get in between me and this. Like I will sabotage this. I will sabotage it. I will just stop. I'll just give up. I will quit. I will stop trying. I will sabotage this. And I know myself. So I'm trying to do the responsible thing and like not do that. Like, yeah. You like me and turn off the email notifications too. I almost uninstalled the app. I almost uninstalled YouTube Studio and YouTube. I wasn't trying to quit, but I was like, okay, in order to take my break seriously, let me just, but I'm like, no, break don't mean disappear. That just means don't do your lives as much. But it's fine. It's homework now. I'm stuck with y'all. Whatever. Delilah says, good for you, V. So many never start out of fear. And you did it. Good for you. I'm going to send you my number Laughing my ass off so you can text me and I'm good. Leave me alone. Y'all are so annoying. Oh my gosh. And Jen is just like, yep. Say less. I will give you. you. Okay, let me tell y'all something. So look. Y'all strike fear in my heart, okay? Because when I posted the community tab post about like I'm gonna be taking a break, I had to think in my head, okay, who is going to like care about this? Like, I mean, people are gonna care, right? But I had specific names in my head that was gonna be like, all right now. Like, no, like I'm happy for you. I'm glad take care of yourself. You're okay, but I was thinking in my head, like, okay, how long can I get away with this before somebody says something? And I had Jen, Reindeer, and Journey of Life in my head. I feel like Sydney would have so much more patience. I feel like Sydney would be like, it's okay. It's okay. I've been waiting on that house sitting video, but just don't forget, okay? Like, it's okay. It's okay. But I had specific people in my head, and those are the exact same people that commented, like, do your thing, take care of yourself, no problem, see you soon. But I was like, all right, cool. Now, how long can I get away with this before they curse me out? Like, how long can I disappear? Okay, all right. But I'm aware. 10 days is crazy work. 10 days is crazy work. Like, bolo. Like, 10 days is like, 10 days, I ain't gonna lie, like 10 days, I might slip away. I might run like a thief in the night. You give me 10 days. But no. Like I'm aware, like y'all don't understand that like this is real life community. Like this is really, really it really is community, because I appreciate having people that are going to, one, be concerned, and two, have like, if people are looking forward to something, you don't want to just not show up. But that don't mean you can't take time to yourself, but appreciate the community that you've actually put effort into building. So yes, how is Lola? How is Lola? Okay, all right. So I'm gonna go get ready for my titration appointment. I was hoping I could titrate. You know what? I did want to finish out the summer on 7.5. So we're on track. Okay. Yesterday was shot day, and shot days have now improved. Like my satiety has improved. I think when I was stretching and playing around with my dose, that's why I started to have problems. But now that I'm back to taking it every 7 days. I'm back to feeling like Zepbound is doing what Zepbound is supposed to do. Someone left me a very nice comment about that. Like, girl, take your shot. It ain't about willpower. I think it's both. It's take your shot and work on yourself too. I think it's both. But someone left me a very nice comment about that. So yes, I'm taking my shot every 7 days. I'm not stretching. I'm feeling really good, actually. Like, I'm not hungry. Like, let me just go ahead and tell you. I wasn't going to tell y'all because sometimes when I say stuff in advance, I end up flaking on it now that I've said it. But I think I'm going to do a 36-hour fast. Now, I know I've said this before, but the difference is now that I'm genuinely not hungry, and I think I want to take advantage of this lack of hunger. But we'll see. If I get hungry, I'm not going to push it. I'll eat. But right now, it's 1:00 here. I'm aiming to not eat until 6. But if 6 o'clock comes and I'm not hungry, I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to eat. Just left that first surgery consultations. Excuse me? Wait. The consultation was $7,000 or the surgery was $7,000? Lola, okay? Like, you're taking away the vein booby money. All right, that's fine. But just so you know, girl, we're going to need to see the new knee. Like, I mean, okay, we're still being vain, right? A new knee is vain. We're still being vain. So it's okay. Hopefully Lola will come over here and be like, look at my knee. It's cute. Very cute, very new. Only cost about 7 bands. Yeah. My mom loves me. A lot of people say 7.5 is better than the 10. Really? I would be really disappointed by that. I thought people really liked the 10 and didn't like the 7.5. Wow. I felt that way mostly Journey, and now 20.5 is my favorite. Are y'all serious? What happened to the 7.5 not being, I mean, the half doses not being as good? That's what I heard. She should be at full capacity in 6 months. Okay. If you need a house sitter, girl, you know who to call. If you need to take a little vacay, me and Lola could be on here like, I'm assuming she's small. I don't even know what kind of dog she is. 6. Oh, she's a baby. I mean, okay, not in dog years, but my dog still acts like a baby at 5. Nurse Michelle says, I'm loving the 10 milligram, but I do split dosing every week. Meaning you take a 5 and a 5 twice a week. Like you split your 10 into 2 5s. I'm looking forward to the 10. I don't know. A pit bull. I am going to be taking care of a pit bull in DC in August. I can't wait. It's my first pit bull for house sitting. And she's so cute. I can't wait. For me, the other half doses didn't last as long compared to the whole ones. Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna split. If I get on the 10 and it turns out to be too strong at first, then I will probably. So I'm gonna be taking the 10 in September. So what I'll probably do, because I'm gonna be focused on weight training in September. I'm starting now, but I'm gonna be hitting it hard in September. So if I get on so I'll need to eat a lot, like a good amount, which means if I don't lose weight in September, that's perfectly fine with me. If I do, great, but if I don't, fine, as long as I get stronger. And I think it'll also be good for my metabolism as well. So I'll be out of a calorie deficit. But if I start the 10 in September and it's too strong for me, the way that I will deal with that is I probably won't lower my protein. I probably will lower my fat and up my carbs. So what you don't want is for carbs, you don't want all your macros to be high at the same time. That's how you put on body fat. So because I don't want to lower my protein because I need it for the weight training, I will probably lower my fat and up my carbs, but that's only gonna be okay for so long. Like that's a recipe to not lose weight, fine, but it's also a recipe to put on weight, because the carbohydrates already agitates or emphasizes insulin resistance, but protein without fat also will stimulate insulin. So I'm going to have to work that out. But the reason I said I will probably up my carbs is to have appetite stimulating foods, right? Foods that are easier to get down so that I'm not under eating while I'm working out. That's what I'm thinking, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Hate the half doses. Love the 10. I love the 7.5, but I love the 5 more. I love the 5 more. Where is my link? All right. So I find split dosing evens out the level so that you don't have those 2 days of cravings coming back. Better control of all that. Okay, Nurse Michelle, do you go over the split dosing with your doctor? Like, are they on board, or is it just something that you choose to do on your own? Just curious. Don't move to the 15 until something else comes along. I don't think I'll make it to a 15. I don't think I will make it to a 15 milligram. I don't think I'll make it to a 15. I think that if I can't, like, I know people disagree with me on this, but I feel that if I can't figure it out, whatever it is, so like my appetite, my cravings, or whatever, if I can't figure out how to manage it, not fix it, not cure it, but if I can't figure out how to manage it while on the 10, going up to a 12.5 or a 15 may help get the extra weight off, but it's not going to, like, at some point, the 15 is going to be where the 10 was. So like, let's say I take the 10 milligram and then eventually I get used to it, which is how the body works. You adapt. I get used to it. So it's like, okay, I still got weight to lose. Let's go up to a 12. I get used to that. Okay, I still got weight to lose. Let's go up to a 15. I'm always going to get used to the next dose. So I feel like because I only have about 40 to 50 more pounds to lose, if I get to 240 and I want to lose more, then that's different. But because I only got another 40 or 50 pounds to lose, I should be able to get that off with a 10 milligram. I can get it off with the 7.5, but it will take a lot more work and focus. And there is an element of just making things easier by going up in dose, like avoiding the struggle. I'm team avoid the struggle. But I'm not opposed to a 15 milligram. If I need it, fine. If I need to go up to the 12.5 and then I need the 15, fine. It's available. Why not? But I'm going to try to get as far as I can on the 10. Because also, as of right now, wherever you meet your goal weight is where you kind of stay in your dose for maintenance. I don't want my maintenance to be at 15 milligrams. Like, I feel like that would be too much satiety for me or too much appetite suppression for me. But like I said, I don't know because I ain't used it. So I could be completely wrong. But we'll play it by ear. I'm not opposed to using what's available, which is a 12.5 and a 15. I'm not opposed to it. But I also have a mindset of like eventually wanting to titrate down. And to me, the further I go up, the harder it will be to wean. So if I can get into maintenance at a 10, I won't feel so bad about attempting to titrate down to a 7.5 and then a 5. It may not work and then I got to go back to the 10 and that's fine. But I mean, yeah, if I do have to titrate up to a 12.5, it's probably going to take at least 4 months. Like there's no I don't foresee at all. I've been on the 7.5 for 8 months and only lost weight for 2 of those months. I've been on the 7.5 for 8 months and I've only lost weight for 2 of those months. And 2 of those months I was on brand versus compound. So when I move up to the 10, I can see myself being on the 10 for at least 4 months or at least through the end of the year. But we'll see. I felt my most normal at 15. What do you mean by normal? Like no food noise? No hunger? Is that what you meant? I considered it, Journey, but she's overall an amazing doctor. Oh, okay. Split dosing and this level of consistent control is for wanting to eat, but definitely want to be in a deficit for quick weight loss. Right. So I think that right now I can eat through my 7.5. Like I can eat whatever I want. Some weeks are better than others where I make better choices. And then some weeks I don't make good choices at all. I think when I get to the 10, my desire to make the poor choices will be lessened. All right. So I'm going to head out and go to my appointment. It's virtual. So I'll be able to tell y'all what the results were as far as like my titration. What? View appointment details. Why is it not? Ooh. My thingy isn't working. All right. Sorry to end so abruptly, but I'm going to get out of here because I just realized that my link to my I'm going to be mad if I have to reschedule. My link to my appointment isn't working. Oh, okay, there it is. Hold on. My chart. There we go. Hold on. Okay. All right. So everybody start saying their goodbyes. Do y'all like my Europad? I got it from Amazon. And this little band thing, I can change it to black. So I'll probably be wearing this a lot when I go. It's actually going to rain while I'm there. And it is what it is. I can't control the weather. So it's fine. Whoa. What? Why are y'all making this so hard for me? Like, sign into my chart. E-visit. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you. I feel like I got my cat going on. Was Cat here today? Did I see Cat earlier? You know, Cat got the hat in her profile picture. Yeah. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Oh, no food noise suppression, no food noise, good suppression, and I maintain my weight. Yeah. Yeah, I'm expecting that on the 10. I'm expecting that on the 10. Oh, hey, Cheese. Congratulations on your weight loss. I saw your pictures. You're looking good. You are looking good, Brody. And you know what? I completely missed your comment until I saw "Hey, Greg," and I'm like, "Greg? Oh yeah, we've been through this before. we've been we've been through this before." Okay. All right. So everyone say their goodbyes. I'm gonna head out, and I'm actually gonna go get me a coffee today. I was actually feeling bad about wanting one, but I'm gonna go get one, but I'm gonna go inside so they can make it less sweet for me, to have a bit more control, and I'm gonna get a small. I've been indulging in like a coffee cake muffin too, which I shouldn't have been because it's made with flour, which is gluten. So I'm gonna ditch that as well. Okay, bye. Y'all are gonna see me before I fly out because we're going live on Friday with the results of the Venetian 30. Y'all, I have ruined my 5 pound loss, but we're gonna try to fast it off. We're gonna try to fast it off. I'm gonna go get my coffee, but I'm gonna stick it in the fridge until 6 p.m. and then I will. Okay, I'll break my fast with something like more adult, but I'm gonna have my coffee for my work. I'm gonna slide the bar back and watch what I miss. Okay, Jen, and definitely let me know what you think, Jen, because I got real, not personal, but I got real deep into my therapy. All right, so let me know what y'all think. If you missed it, definitely go back and watch the playback. Thank you for everybody that subscribed on the stream. Like the stream on your way out, and I will see y'all in the next one, which will be on Friday. Go ahead, the live stream is already up and scheduled, so go ahead and set your notifications for notify me on the live stream for Friday. At the most, I may change the time because I have it for 10 a.m., but I am sleep deprived right now. So like I might mess around and sleep in, and then the West Coast people will be happy, like Journey of Life and Sushi Fitness, because they like when I go live in like the mid-afternoon or whatever. All right. So I will see y'all on Friday. Thank y'all so much. And thank you for all the love and well wishes and the prayers. I love you all. Thank y'all. Bye.